What's going on, guys? It's your boy OMA coming at you with another video, this time talking about the fact that I've bought a Founders Pass to the Midnight Society. For those of you that don't know what the Midnight Society is, a little while ago Dr. Disrespect announced that he was co-founding a AAA game studio called the Midnight Society. The aim of this studio is to revolutionize the way that AAA games are developed, rather than it being what we're used to, where a company goes away, develops a product, and then releases it to us. He wanted people to have a more involved role in the development process. He wanted gamers, content creators, journalists, community members, people from all kinds of backgrounds all over the world to be able to have a front row seat to the development, have impact on the way the game's developed, and really create the product that people want. So the way this worked is there was an ARG, which is an alternate reality game. It was going on the Discord, people were working their way through it. It was a really, really awesome community event. It was honestly quite amazing how the community rallied together to complete this ARG. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the ARG. If you want to know the history of the ARG, how it all came down, and pretty much a complete timeline of everything that happened in the Midnight Society from its inception up to now, check out Arctix video. I'll link it down below. It's a wicked video. It's super comprehensive. It's everything that you need is in there, and he's going to explain it a hell of a lot better than I can, and there's nothing I could add to it. Now, the way this selection process works and how this whole people being involved with the game development works is that their Midnight Society decided that there will be 10,000 people who would have the opportunity to buy a Founders Pass. This will give them a heck of a load of perks involving the game and Midnight Society itself. Now, I bet you're wondering, how did those 10,000 people get selected? There was essentially a application form that you got led to that asked you various questions like your gaming habits, if you're a journalist, if you're a content creator, how many hours you played, what kind of games you played, all that kind of stuff. It was so long ago, I can't even remember what the questions were or what I filled out. I had zero expectation to ever actually be invited to purchase one, but here we are. From what I understand and what I've been told, there were over 400,000 applicants. 400,000 applicants. That meant every applicant had about a 2% chance of being selected. Now, supposedly the selection process was an algorithm that considered your gaming habits, your content, all of your linked platforms, that sort of stuff. So, to my surprise, yesterday I received an email inviting me to buy a Founders Pass. It was a little bit buggy, and I honestly, when it popped up offering me the ability to buy one, I was a little bit shell-shocked and quite surprised. After a very brief conversation with Doobs and Dinky, I decided that it wasn't something that I could ever pass up on, so I just went for it. And now I'm going to tell you the reasons I went for it. A Founders Pass for the Midnight Society provides you a few benefits, and I'm going to go over them right here. The first being a one-of-a-kind Midnight Society call sign and visor cortex that you own. My call sign is Fiverr Inked Onyx. As much as it may not be the best call sign in the world, I kind of like it, especially because some of the members in the Midnight Society have already dubbed me Theo. I'll take Theo. Second to that, you get early access to game builds and weapon tests, which is just mind-blowing. It's awesome. Every 6 weeks we get access to a new snapshot of the game, which is going to be focusing on a new feature of the game. It's an amazing opportunity to be able to be that closely involved with testing and developing a game, and I cannot wait to have the chance to do so. We're also going to get voting rights on game features. I believe this is something that's still being fleshed out, and we haven't quite got access to it yet. Obviously, it's only been not even 24 hours, but we're going to be able to vote on game features. I don't know if that's going to be voting for specific features to be in the game, or if it's going to be like A/B choices, but either way, it's going to be pretty freaking cool. We're also going to get exclusive access to studio events. The first one is actually happening on the 29th of this month in LA. Unfortunately, I in no way, shape, or form could afford to fly to LA, but I'm hoping that the events either come a little bit closer this way, or maybe even one in the UK, or something of the sort in the UK, because I would love to attend one. But either way, that's still mind-blowing that we're going to get invites to all of the events just for being Founder Pass holders. We're also going to have first dibs on merchandise and future Visor Cortex drops, which is kind of cool just because you can collect a few Visor Cortex drops and keep going until you have one that you truly love. We're also going to have early access to industry guilds via the Eyes, and that is one of the most interesting parts of the whole thing, and I'll go over that in a little bit. First, I want to explain why I was excited for most of this. So after doing a bit of research, the Doc and his team, the whole of Midnight Society, have not only said that we're allowed to create content on everything that happens at Midnight Society, but the snapshots as well. They fully encourage it. They want us to go for it as much as possible, make as much unique content as we like. And that is something that really appeals to me. I've been a huge fan of Doc for a long time, and honestly, the way they've described the game, I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out, and having the ability to be in on it this early and be able to make content on it instead of being under an NDA as you usually would is going to be awesome, and I'm going to be trying to share as much of that with you guys as possible. So the second most exciting part of it all for me is that our call sign and visor cortex are completely unique to us and will carry on into the game with us. That's just insane to me, and before I forget, this is my variant, and it may not be the rarest variant in the world, but I love that visor to pieces. And the fact that you're going to be able to see that visor in the game and know that it's mine, and the only person you'll ever see with that exact visor is me, to me that's mind-blowing. It's owning something completely unique. It's an identifier in the game, and it's invaluable to me. Now, the industry guilds, which popped up as something really interesting to me. I don't understand a lot of this, okay, so bear with me, but we're in the process of designing a meta economy layer for Midnight Society that will form the core of industry pass holders. Founders have a say on how it evolves. Industry pass holders, also known as the Eyes, will form guilds that run the in-universe manufacturing of weapons, mercenaries, and cosmetics used by Claws in the Midnight Society. I don't understand exactly what that means, but the fact that there's going to be some kind of industry involved with the Midnight Society, and I'm assuming Project Moon, the game, is mind-blowing. And the fact that purchasing this pass gives me the first right refusal to become one of these members is, again, something that super excites me. It's a way of being highly involved with the game and even the universe itself. I intend on taking full part in everything that I can. There's also some other stuff mentioned in other places, like that Founder Pass holders will get exclusive merch with Project Moon and Midnight Society branding. It's a little bit jumbled. I can't find that anywhere now, but officially it says we will get first dibs on merch drops, which I'm super excited for. In the end, I just want to say I've been super happy to jump into this adventure. I cannot wait to get stuck in and put all of my variants out there. I look forward to working with you guys for the next few years. To everyone tuning in now, interested in Midnight Society, drop a sub, because I'm going to be making content on every single aspect I can. And I hope you guys will join me for the ride. See you.